Most people see code as a series of steps. Do this, then do that, then do this. But experienced developers see something completely different. They see structure. They see relationships. They see patterns. And there's an art to seeing this. There are two ways to understand behavior. One is procedural, step by step. The other is structural. And the difference changes everything. Let me show you. Hello world, I'm David Scott Bernstein and welcome to The Passionate Programmer. When we think procedurally, we think in steps. When we think in an object-oriented way, we think about interactions between objects. This is the difference between directions and a map. Both will get you from point A to point B. Directions are a narrative. They say, turn here, take this street, turn left, etc. Maps, on the other hand, are a visual representation of the territory. You don't read a map the same way you read directions. Directions are like procedural programs. They state every step to be done. Whereas an object-oriented program is more like a map with entities that are in the domain space. Maps are more resilient than directions. If a road is closed and you need to use that from your directions, then sorry, you're out of luck. But with a map, you can look at the territory and create an alternate route. The same thing is true in an object-oriented world. When you have good objects that represent the relationship between entities, then it's much more straightforward to change and extend in the future. Both directions and maps work, but one scales. Here's some code. We're looking at two scheduling functions here. They're clear. They work. This is procedural thinking. Step 1, step 2, step 3. Let's freeze this and look at the shape of what's happening. These functions describe what to do, but they don't describe what exists, how things relate to each other, or where behavior should live. Claude, what do you see here? Claude said these functions describe similar processes with slight variations. Exactly. That's where most developers stop. In a minute, I'm going to show you how to turn this from instructions into a model. Directions are step by step. They're fragile. They're tied to sequence. They're all together in the same space, so if you make one change, it can affect other things. Maps, on the other hand, are entities. They show relationships, and behavior can emerge from that. Directions tell you what to do. Maps show you what exists. That's different. Here's some code. Now behavior lives in objects. The system becomes a set of interacting parts. This is where patterns start to appear, not because we applied them, but because we changed how we see the problem. We see a repeating process with subtle variations. We see step-based thinking. There's an opportunity for a pattern. Abstraction generalizes what's the same about different objects. They have similarity in structure, and that is revealed. Differences reveal variation, and context defines usefulness. These are the three things that I find most valuable: finding similarities, differences, and context. Experience sharpens perception. Everything relates, but not everything matters. So patterns are discovered. So we need to find the right abstractions in the problem, the ones that give us the best leverage for encapsulating variation when it occurs. I worked with a team where everything was written this way: step by step, duplicate logic. Once they saw the structure, everything changed. Before, we had functions, steps. After, we have objects and relationships. So what's the takeaway? Patterns aren't something you learn. They're something you see. So how do you actually find the abstraction when it's not obvious? Seeing structure is step one. Discovering the right abstractions, that's next. And that's what we'll do in our next episode. Until then, happy coding.